Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today we are going to be talking about the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control in the 2018 Mazda Cx-5. Now, I'm trying out a new camera angle. Hopefully you should be able to see sort of what I'm doing here with the steering wheel, because that is going to play a very vital role with the cruise control. But let's jump right in. So the first thing you should know about the cruise control is that it is a radar-based cruise control. So you'll see the front emblem of the Mazda looks a little different than it does in other Mazdas. That's because that's actually where your radar sensor is. So it's sending out signals ahead of you to see what's in front of you, and then it'll kind of adjust itself based off of that. So one thing that you should know about this is that if it ever gets covered with snow, which I mentioned in my last Mazda Cx-5 video, if it ever gets covered in snow or blocked in any way, it'll let you know, and then you can no longer use cruise control. Radar cruise control, that is. You can still use the speed limiter. So let's talk about how to actually use cruise control. So we're cruising along here, and we can set our far right gauge to the cruise control gauge. So as you'll see, we get a little picture of the Mazda and then our lane. So it's reading that there is a line to my left and a line to the right. And so at the base level here, it does have lane keep assist. So if I go over without using my turn signal, it's going to vibrate. It's going to warn me that I'm going over the lines without using a signal, as well as it'll nudge the wheel ever so slightly. So it's not jarring, but it will kind of sort of just, if you watch real closely here, I'm going to do it on my own. It's just like that. That's about the adjustment that the car will do on its own. This does not mean that you can drive hands-free. It will not take turns. It will not follow the highway. It's not up to that level yet. But now that the car can see the lines, it can see the cars ahead of us, we can do two things here. We can, one, set a speed, and two, set a following distance. So the way that you set the speed is you come here onto the steering wheel and hit mode on. That's down below, and then a little icon, a little speedometer with a car and an arrow will come up. To then set your speed, you can use this right button that says set plus minus, and you can choose. So we'll set it to 30. Actually, this is a 40-mile-an-hour zone, so we'll set it to 40. And that means that the car will then accelerate to 40, but it will not exceed 40. Whatever number you set, the car will not exceed. If there's a car ahead of you, it will slow down and stay under that speed, but it'll never ever go above whatever you set it. The other thing we can set with the cruise control is the following distance, and that's what this button is. It's with the car and little arrows on it. So you can go up to 4 bars of following distance. So right now I'm at 4, and the car is looking ahead, and actually, as if you can see in front of us, the car is actually braking for me. I'm not touching the brakes at all. The car will bring us to a stop. I did not touch the brakes at all that entire time, and is now warning us that there is a car in front of us. And once that car starts pulling away, our car will not actually follow it. So once you are at a complete stop, the Mazda won't start again without your gas input. So that's all you really need to know about the cruise control system in the Mazda Cx-5. It's pretty simple to use, and honestly, it's super handy. Some things you should know is that the cruise control will not react to red lights. So if you have cruise control set and you don't hit the brakes at a red light, it'll go through the red light. So it is not fully autonomous yet, but I think it's a really handy feature. Definitely that auto braking feature when there's a car ahead of you is definitely helpful, especially in the case of if you were to fall asleep or something and you had cruise control on. It's a lot safer. I've heard of police actually using it as a tactic, that they will pull in front of cars and slow them down because the car will read that there's a car ahead of them, and actually slow people to a stop in a safe manner, which is really, really nice. The other nice thing that I found with this is that it's super, super handy in construction. When cars, you know, have to slow down, speed back up, and whatnot, it'll do almost all of that for you, and it makes it a really easy driving experience. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I hope it was informative. Hope you guys learned something about the cruise control features in the 2018 Mazda Cx-5. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section down below. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. There goes a sight from my soul.
was a sight